Alrighty, we will get started. Good morning. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. You can come onto your back. As always, just starting to get comfortable. Settling into your mat. Letting that flat surface support the weight of your body. Just taking a moment, really try to allow yourself to land here. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Try to let your belly be soft. Soften your jaw and your forehead. The space between your eyebrows. And let the tongue come away from the roof of the mouth. Just really try to feel your physical body sinking down into the mat. No effort here. Just focusing on that rhythm of breath. Okay, we'll take about 3 or 4 more cycles of breath here before we start to move. And just slow and steady. Good, and whenever you're ready, you can wiggle fingers, wiggle toes, circle wrists and ankles. Just wake yourself up, bring the heels together, reaching the arms up overhead. Point the toes, take a breath in, find that full body stretch. And exhale, relax. Good, one more like that, breathe in. And breathe out. Feet onto the mat, knees to chest, arms around the shins, and squeeze. Always starting with this one, just to wake up the low back. Notice any tension in the hips. And really try to root down through your low back. Squeezing the thighs in, relax the shoulders. And now maybe a little rocking motion here, side to side. Just a nice, easy way to start the morning. Okay, now keep the right knee in. Extend your left leg. We're not going to be here for too long. Just take about 5 breaths as you start to circle out that right hip. Good, switch direction. Couple more cycles. Good, and then left knee in, right leg long. Switch the grip with your hands. And again, right away, start to move here. Stay rooted through the lower back. And switch direction. Good, and right knee pulls back in. Arms around the shins and squeeze. Good, so with the hands on the knees or the shins, start to draw your thighs away from each other. Root down through the lower back. Relax the shoulders. Feel that stretch through the inner thighs. Okay, just breathing into that tension. And we'll stay here for about 4 more cycles. Relax the shoulders. Good. Anchor down through your low back. Breathing here. Good. So end of the 4th breath. Draw the knees together one more time. Give yourself a squeeze this time. Bring your chin to your chest. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Hold. Good. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Lower your feet, your head. Bring the right arm overhead. Roll to the right side. And just stay here for a couple breaths. And eventually heading onto your fronts into a child's pose. So coming to your wide-legged child's pose, bring the hips back to the heels, rest the forehead, stretch your arms forward. Good. Just deep cycles of breath here, letting your chest soften toward the mat. Try to soften away any tension in your shoulders. Good. Hands walk over toward the right side of the mat, left hand on top. Getting into that left side body here. Take 3 deep breaths. End of the 3rd, change sides. Over to the left, right hand on top. Keep breathing. Alrighty, come back through center. So we're going to stay in a child's pose. I'm going to have my head up, but you can keep your forehead rooted. And you're just going to lift your forearms up, connect your palms, and then your hands are going to come to the back of your head. So you can always look up for just a moment to see. So hands to the back of the head, the forehead is down. So it's really just your elbows that are touching the mat for your upper body. And then without actually moving the elbows, think about trying to drag them toward your knees. So you want to feel that stretch in your triceps here. And just really deep cycles of breath here. This can be pretty intense depending on how tight you are in your upper body. And take 3 more cycles of breath. So at the end of the 3rd, you can just bring the hands back down to the mat. Lift the elbows, spread the fingers wide. Come forward into a tabletop position. So neutral spine to start. Good. And then heading into some cat-cows here. Inhale, belly drops, gaze comes up, shoulders back. Exhale, rounding the spine, dropping the head. Slow and steady here, breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. I'll do 4 more here. Just really waking up the front and the back of the body. 3 more. Take your time. And last 2. And 1 more here. Okay, come back to a neutral spine. Walk the knees back, curl the toes under, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Feet are about hip distance apart. Start to pedal this out. Head back and forth, rock the hips, side to side, wake up the backs of the legs. Okay, now bring the knees down. And we're just going to move into a comfortable seat. We won't be here for too long. You can roll the wrists out if you need that little stretch. All right, so just get comfortable. You can sit cross-legged or you can sit up onto a pillow or a prop. Just looking for a tall spine here. So shoulders on top of the hips, ears over top of shoulders. Bring the chin down to the chest. Okay, try not to be forceful here. Just let your head be heavy. And then just slowly starting to rock the head here, side to side. Good, do that a couple more times each way. So as you come back through center, again, just letting your head be heavy. Try to relax the shoulders, take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Bring the gaze back up through center. Okay, you're gonna look over toward the left side. And then just lower that chin. Just to your range of motion, you're gonna feel this on the right side. Take 3 cycles of breath here. At the end of the 3rd breath, bring the chin away from the chest. Gaze comes back through center. Okay, now gazing over to the right side. drop that chin. Again, just to your range of motion. Don't be forceful here. And breathe. Good, about 3 more. At the end of the third, bring the chin away from that shoulder, gaze comes back through center, chin to chest one more time. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good, bring the gaze back up. I'm just gonna adjust the way I'm sitting. So from here, you're gonna reach the arms up overhead, take a deep breath in. And now on your exhale, you're going to lower the arms halfway and then you're twisting toward the left. So your left arm reaches back, your right arm reaches forward. So you're going to do that on the other side. So inhale, come up, come back through center, and then exhale, turning to the right, right arm comes back, left arm reaches forward. And again, it's just to your range of motion. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Okay, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, that was your last one. This time, inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms come alongside. Good, palms face up to the ceiling. Inhale, reach up, look up. Flip the palms out. Exhale, pressing the palms all the way down. One more, breathe in. Breathe out. Good, give the shoulders a little roll. And now you're gonna reach the arms forward. Interlace your fingers, elbows are wide. Chin comes to the chest, rounding back slightly as you hollow out through the front of your body, getting a stretch right between your shoulder blades and across the tops of your shoulders. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Good, release. We'll do a counter pose here. Reach back. Gently press the knuckles. You're interlacing your hands, pressing the knuckles back, pressing the chest forward. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe slightly bring your gaze up. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Release. And one more time. Roll those shoulders a couple times one way and the opposite way. You can sit onto either hip here. Bring the feet out in front of you. And you're going to walk your feet so they are about mat distance apart. You can have the hands behind you. And then just slowly start to rock your knees side to side. I'm feeling this in the outer thighs, outer hips, glutes. So as you bring your knees over to the right, you'll probably feel this in the outside of that left hip. And then vice versa, outside of the right hip as your knees drop to the left. Do a couple more times each way. Good. So as you come back up, your feet are still going to be hip distance apart. Hands are behind you. Your fingers face forward, or they can face back or to the side. However, I guess it doesn't really matter. And then lean back. Bring the right ankle to the top of the left leg. Good. So you have your figure 4 shape here. Moving into a seated pigeon pose. The right toes are curled back toward the knee. The right knee gently pushes away from the body. And just easy breaths here. I'll hold this one for about 5 more, just creating a little more space in that right hip. So at the end of your 5th breath, you can lean back a bit, release that right foot. Maybe roll the wrists out if needed, and then you can head right into your opposite side. So this time, left ankle to right thigh. And same thing, keep that left foot flexed. Left knee is just gently pushing away. Good, 5 cycles here. Really try to visualize the tension in your left hip, just sort of melting away. Good, so end of the 5th breath, again, lean back. Bring the feet wide again. Knees sway side to side. Maybe you find you can go a little bit further. Increase your range of motion slightly. Good, and bring the knees back through center. Just gonna find a nice tall seat, bring the feet together. Knees fall apart, and then you want to have a good amount of space between your heels and your hips. You're just going to sit up tall, drop that chin to the chest, and just allow your upper body to round forward. So you don't want to force anything here. Just let yourself sort of stop where your body naturally stops. Just a nice gentle stretch for the back here. Maybe a bit in the outer hips, the thighs. Just try to get really expansive through the back body on your inhales. Slow, easy exhales. And 4 more. End of the 4th. Slowly rise up. Head comes up last. Just let that settle for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. We're just going to do a little bit of a counter pose to having our spine so rounded. So lean back, plant the hands. You can plant the feet. They can be mat distance or hip distance, up to you. And then you're just going to lift the hips up, press up. And then lower the hips back down. Do that about 2 more times. Good. Lowering the hips. And you can come right onto your back, bringing the knees in toward the chest. Again, just giving yourself a gentle squeeze here. A little rock again, back and forth. Good. Lower the feet. Mat distance apart this time. We've been here before. Let your knees fall out to the right. You can tee the arms out and take the gaze to the left. Try to bring the gaze back through center, knees through center, and change sides. Counter twisting, just evening everything out. Good. Come back through center. Give your knees one more sway here. And then as you come back through center, you can extend your heels right to the corners of your mat. Bring your arms alongside. Tuck your shoulders under. And take just a few deep breaths, settling back in, back into stillness. So as always, just take your time rising from your mat. Thank you for coming. I will actually not be here tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, but I'll be back next week, Tuesday, 8 a.m. And have a wonderful day.
Have a good week, Annie.
You too, Jess. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Bye.